Disc brakes. How do they work? Where do they come from? Nobody really knows the answer to these questions, but we do know one thing: how to change the brake pads. And that's exactly what I'll show you in today's video in 2 easy steps. Now, step 1 is you need to get the car up off the ground. Whether that's with the convenience of a lift or a jack and jack stands, that's the most important step. Alright, now that the car is up off the ground, we can move on to step 1. You gotta take the wheel off. Obviously, you can't get to the brakes if the wheel's still on the car, stupid. Now, to take the wheel off, you're gonna use sockets. It's important to make sure you have the right size. Nope. Nope. Perfect. Now, it's important to note that some wheels are fucking posers. Now that the wheel is off, we can move on to step 1, taking the caliper off. Right here's the disc. Stay away from it. It is dangerous. Don't ever touch it under any circumstances. Okay? Right here's the caliper. It does exactly what the name implies. Inside the caliper are the brake pads. They're the part that gets squeezed on to the danger disc. Alright? Is this making sense? Now, to change the pads, you need to take the caliper off. To do that, there's any number of bolts behind here that are holding it in place. Sometimes there's hidden bolts. Sometimes there's really angry bolts that don't want to come out. Sometimes there's bolts that already came out on their own. Be vigilant about it, okay? Be vigilant, be diligent, be careful. Alright, so this one actually is missing a bolt, actually. That's pretty amusing. There's supposed to be a bolt here, and there is a bolt there.
So, like I said, sometimes those bolts do come out. Oh, so like I said, sometimes those bolts do work themselves out, or honestly, it was probably never put back in.
Alright, now that the caliper's unbolted, it should just come right off. Don't ever let it dangle like that. That's bad. Now, be careful when taking the pads off. This is very dangerous. You never know what could happen. See, this one doesn't look that bad, and then once you move around to the back one, it's an open knife. See, very dangerous. You always want to be careful. Now at this point, you'd be putting the new brake pads back on, but since I don't have those yet and I have to do this on all 4 wheels, I'm going to get the rest of the car torn apart, get those brake pads out, run to AutoZone, grab the new ones, and then we'll pick this video back up and throw it all back together. Alright, just got back from AutoZone, and we got the new brake pads. These are the front, these are the rear, and we picked up some anti-seize because this shit works miracles. Obviously these ones look pretty bad on their own, but compared to a new one, it's pretty dramatic. So, let's move this around. Alright, so now we're going to start throwing it back on the car and get this thing back together. Alright, now we can continue on to step 1, putting the new brake pads on. All they do is just sit in place. The next step, step 1, is putting the caliper back on. Sometimes you'll have to get a C-clamp to clamp this cylinder back in. Alright, and then the next step, step 1, put the bolts back in. This one only has 1 bolt because the top one fell out. I will find another bolt to put in it, but for now, I'm just going to put the one back in. And now step 1, we can put the wheel back on. But first, step 1.5, we're going to anti-seize things.
So, we will apply this pretty generally. So we will apply this pretty liberally.
Alright, now we can move on to step 1, putting the wheel back on. Put the fake wheel back on. Now that step 1's done, step 2, the other 3 wheels. And once you're done with that, congratulations, you've just changed your first brake pads. I'm pretty sure you're a master certified technician now. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, send me hate mail, hopefully not anthrax. Take care, and have a great day.